We should be live. Hi guys, it's Ona, Dr. Vicky. Woo, what a week. Welcome to Mystic Sisters Friday night.
That was my what a week.
It was kind of like that. I want to hear about your full moons and all that stuff. Hi, Mary, Teresa, Steph. Oh my gosh, how are you guys doing? How did your full moon go? Yeah. That was quite an equinox.
Yeah, it was very powerful.
Yeah.
A lot of people were making a big deal of it. Like a lot of the like the light workers and us, really us, but we're a little less like way up there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
it was intense, even if you weren't aware, because we had that weird storm that came in. So even if we had no clue about first day of spring, sun in Aries, or anything like that, it was a day where everybody felt something weird.
Yeah.
It was
certainly everybody's feeling things these days with the help of Mars and Cancer. And so because Mars is in Cancer and Cancer is ruled by the moon, every 2.5 days, the moon goes into a new sign. And so like every 2.5 days, we're feeling differently we're all feeling, but it's in a little bit of a different way, depending on the sign the moon is in. Yeah. And it's in Sag today, right? Is it Sag today?
Today is Sag. It'll be Capricorn overnight. So it's probably just void right now. But that's probably where this too shall pass actually comes from, because somewhere in there you will feel different later.
Yeah, it goes void tomorrow morning at 2:53. So it's not void at all tonight. And we do have Venus in a nice sextile to Pluto.
Good.
Yeah, and it's a Gemini side sextile, so it has more of the Gemini energy. So a lot of deep curiosity. There's a lot of deep curiosity going on. People digging for answers, digging for clues.
Yeah.
That's
good.
Very active in that way.
It's been very active. It's been a very active week. We got a couple more people. Cindy's here. Hello, Cindy. Wendy, Steph likes your moon pin. I like your moon pin too. It's very cool.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Paula, Linda, Antoinette's granddaughter, Kathy, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, everybody. Hi.
So,
Sandra, hi.
Since I did the spring equinox reading yesterday, if anybody saw it, it's kind of been a sort of stay low key kind of day, but I was mentioning it to Dr. Vicky, and I wonder if this is just something that we in my family have like a cluster of birthdays around this time. A lot of ancestral stuff, remembering old things or like an old recipe, and then hearing that song come in at the right time, like that song, you're like, come on. Bacon banana bread, like, no, almost surreal. And I still feel like if we're in that sort of space where we're holding our own barely. Mm-hmm. And that's, like I said before, that smoke finger of news fear, the fear, right, is kind of there. And you just want to like, okay, this is noxious, or you get clouded over with it, because this week you could draw a lot of parallels to some very significant times.
Yes, very significant times back in World War II. That whole going down to El Salvador, it was, it was sort of the Ukraine, it was the Zelensky meeting of the week, right? Like now we can all like you can call 11 Days of Scaramucci. Now you can call like, oh, that was the event that you know, twisted the knife or whatever, of the week, just of, of many events. But, we have to expect it to be a bit crazy because
Yeah.
the astrology is crazy, but it's eclipse. We're in the middle of eclipse season, and things can change on a dime. So,
Yeah.
one of the things that I'm attempting to do is listen to what's going on, but not taking it in, like not taking it in, not letting it hurt me.
Yeah.
Even though if I allow myself to go down the road, it would be easy enough.
Yeah.
Um, but so that's kind of what I have to do for
Yeah.
myself.
Understood. Yeah, absolutely. I know I have my department of, if I have to pass by and, get rid of some negative energy, I'll just like at it or
You have
pick
your
a phone.
Santeria corner, and
Kind of is okay, and it's kind of hanging out the window. So that's, and it's been working for me, but I gotta say, there's really truly a struggle. And I think this whole thing about El Salvador, these guys in El Salvador, is not just that they're there, but the defiance, the blatant defiance of a direct order of somebody that you work for.
yeah.
You're in big trouble. Why is this continuing to happen?
I don't
Right?
it's beyond. It's beyond. It's up. What is that expression? It's above my pay grade.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, maybe we can pull. We should pull cards on that, right? But before we do that, let me pull a Mystic Sister card, right? Because we do
Yes.
that every
Yes.
week.
Pull a Mystic Sister card. I'm gonna look at the things. Linda Bishop has been planting all this stuff, cucumbers and everything. That's a lot. I'm gonna go get the dog.
Yeah. Okay.
Come here, Brats. Come here,
You
buddy.
gotta.
Oh, you big dog, big dog. You know what? We didn't walk that far today for all the
No,
calories
and,
you're
and
putting
Giblets definitely has to have his cameo. I mean, it wouldn't be Mystic
He'll stay
Sisters
still.
without.
He may not stay still because I don't have any treats up here. I only have my grapes, which he can't have, or he just has to get comfortable being in a position of authority, which is sitting on my lap a certain way. So now he's okay because this is how he gets me to move. You see this? When you want one of these dogs, America's favorite dog, sitting on my lap, directing traffic right now. Narcissism. Oh, narcissist. So Linda has been planning all this stuff, and I thought it might be early, but I guess some of those things like peas, you definitely need to, and the bulbs need to go in. I thought it was too late for bulbs.
Oh, I think you're supposed to put bulbs in the fall, right? But
You can do
I think you
20.
can. Oh, you can put them in the
You
spring.
can, and these might not bloom this year, but for like the next year, the fall ones should be the ones that are robust enough to bloom this year.
Yeah,
The
we have tulips coming up. No flowers yet, just greenery. But it's nice to see the greenery.
Nice. We do too. We do too. It's like sporadic there. We're looking to see if there's any rat holes and what to avoid. And it looks like winter, there's not as many as there were last year. I'm going to fix this dog a treat.
Okay. So while you're doing that, I'll tell you what Mystic Sister card I picked. I picked Thea. I think that's how you say it, Thea. And it says illumination, psychic visions. Thea is the goddess of sight and heavenly light. Your intuitive insight is attempting to contact your conscious attention. Put it to use. I'm sorry. Put to use your tools that will best enable you to interpret these symbols. Meditate and reflect. Try to recall your dreams by journaling. Some quiet solitude is in order. Thea is the goddess of the blue sky, and with her gift of crystal clear vision, she reminds you of your intuitive gifts and how they must be attended to. So it seems like, which kind of makes sense because this new moon coming up in Aries. Aries is a very psychic sign, and it's
Yeah.
an eclipse. Um, but yeah, this is a very psychic time. In fact, my girlfriend who she's like one of my oldest friends. We've been friends like since seventh grade, and we went to Italy together back in the early '80s. And she said she did me a little like I am, and she's like, I had a dream that we were going to France, and you were packing snacks, and I was packing the luggage. So I was like, I'll go to France. I'm like, what did I say? I said liberté, fraternité, and something else. 'Cause they have like they say three things in France, right? I
Yes.
said, we'll go to Notre Dame first, and then we'll go get a croissant. So that was my.
I would be afraid to be a tourist in any country. And actually, Linda just mentioned right now, grapevines are budding out too. Yes, that is probably what the whole grapes of wrath thing was about yesterday during the equinox, that they are budding, and hopefully it's a good year for them. Anything, honestly, that's edible that you can grow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Roxanne,
Canning, all that stuff. Take the time to do
yes.
it. And even if you don't like, even if you're not a gardener, if you go to the where do you go get fruits and vegetables in the summer?
Farmer's market?
Go to the farmer's market, get
Yeah,
a big, bushel maybe or
yeah,
whatever of tomatoes and make yourself some sauce and
yeah.
save it for the
I gotta say, there are so many good videos, even shorts, that are recipes that you can figure out what's something you got in your cabinet.
That's right, right,
Right? Like, I only have this left. What can I do with it?
right. Yeah. That's how my husband cooks.
Yeah.
Well, he was in the restaurant business for 15 years. So when you work in a restaurant, nothing goes to waste. Everything becomes something.
I don't like anything going to waste. I don't like anything going to waste. And I'm not a big like canner or anything like that, but I've learned how to like refrigerator pickle some stuff that I know is going to go bad. Some cucumbers I can't finish, or like farmers market stuff. I have like the rotation where it's fresh, it goes into pickling, or it goes in the freezer, depending on what it is.
Right, 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 right.
Rotate it out of the freezer in the wintertime, and then I start all over again. Peas, those kinds of things that I don't let it go over a year. We'll see what this farmer's market year is going to be like. I encourage people to do like a CSA
Yeah.
where you
Yeah,
sort of
because a lot of these places did get like help from the government, because they were trying to do
do a
local thing, and
CSA.
now they're not. A lot of that stuff is not happening.
I
I
used
think
to.
it's gonna be like Victory Garden time.
Yeah.
And if you live in an apartment, they even sell the hydroponic systems where you can, get all your lettuce and your herbs
There's
and
always something that you can grow in any window, even if it's an herb. Like a basil's a great indoor plant.
yeah.
It doesn't have to be outside. I try to keep a rotation of that going inside. So it's, we'll figure it out. But I think that I'm worried that things like food safety isn't going to be as robust as it was before. I'm all about people not getting sick. One discipline I never tried in nursing was public health. I think I'd have been good at that.
Yeah, I think so too.
Right?
Yeah, he would be good public health.
Yeah.
Yeah, AOC and Bernie are
I did see a clip of that
yeah,
today.
they're it's like the thing that makes your heart go like
Yeah.
as opposed to like right? It's just
It's like, when we keep saying, like, what are we doing? What are we doing? We're doing exactly what we're saying we're doing from those two.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad they're doing. I'm glad it was really nice to hear, and I think I actually teared up at some point, and I don't know why. When Bernie kissed AOC on the forehead, I'm like,
Mm.
he's like a little old grandpa. He doesn't know how inappropriate that is, but it's kind of adorable at the same time.
Yeah, because he's like, she got. I think she got into politics because of Bernie. Like he inspired. I mean, he didn't like say go into politics, but he inspired her. Like
Yeah,
he was part of her inspiration.
yeah. And it's good. I'm glad they're doing this. I'm glad they're keeping their standards high.
And Walls is out there too talking.
They're
He's make
completely,
he's making all kinds of sense.
yeah, they're completely following this model of getting people's emotion involved right away, and that will lock you in. It's
Mhm.
the same kind of thing. They're asking you to turn around and look at somebody or greet somebody you've never met before. They do that in church.
Yeah.
Same plan, right? So they've got this like really nice momentum where people aren't MFing them for not doing anything like other town halls and stuff like that, which have been crazy.
Oh my! Did you see the one in Wyoming?
Was it with that crazy Liz Cheney, the one that beat
The one
Liz
that
Cheney?
kicked out Liz. Yeah.
She, well, she is very condescending. You
Oh yeah,
don't,
of course she is.
yeah, you don't start with I don't know what's wrong or I don't know why. That she immediately dropped everybody down to like a first grade level and made you feel like a freaking toddler. Lost it there. You treat me like that, that's exactly what you're going to get back.
You're
And
gonna get a 3-year-old.
what a great study, though. Like, just like it was just almost predictable. Like, you just tore them down. They're going to rip you open because you cannot talk to people that way. They are not that stupid. They're mad. And if you
Well,
don't know how to deflate that, you're screwed.
I mean, it's the economy alone. I mean, even if they weren't going to touch Social Security, and even if they weren't going to, cut Medicaid and Medicare, they are creating such havoc in the economy
Yeah.
that it's messing people up. I think Tesla requested of Trump to not tariff because it's costing them so much money. So it's a combination of the tariffs that Trump does and the fact that everybody doesn't like Elon. That makes that then Tesla's just going down the tubes.
I have seen Tesla drivers like this because everybody's like always like flipping the bird. I mean, it's
Oh, if I had
that
a Tesla, I would trade it in.
personal.
Because it's dangerous.
It's
You're
dangerous.
just a person driving a car. It's
It is. It's a target. It is truly a target. My cousin was in the car wash and there was a Tesla in front of her. She said it went off the track and started a chain car wash. I said, "What were we?" She goes, "It was right in front of me." And it lost its thing on the track in the car wash, and the track kept going, and the
oh
cars bumped
no.
into each other.
Oh dear.
On a Tesla that this person probably pays what, $5,000 every 6 months to just insure. Good luck with that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good luck. Right? Touching Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, that's I think what they're trying to do is just scare a new population of people into hating them.
Yeah, the
They
thing
can't do
is
that.
none of it really makes any sense.
No.
You
No,
know.
I think there's more background noise than things we know truly if that's going to be reality. Honestly, it's such a big, I don't know. You can't. You had too many. He's crying with the bone in front of him.
Sleuth Jill says, I'm too embarrassed to tell people I'm from South Africa. since
Oh,
Musk got into the Trump circle. Yeah, well, I,
fair.
I'm not embarrassed to say I'm an American. I'm proud to be an American because America really is a special place.
I know the feeling.
But
Yeah,
I feel like I have to apologize to the world. Hey, I'm sorry, man. Wasn't
yeah,
me. It
yeah.
wasn't me. And
I'm just waiting. Honestly, they might suck Lake Michigan right back up into Canada where it was a glacier because we don't deserve it anymore. I'm like, don't take back a Lake Michigan's, please.
leave
Like,
my lake.
we owe these people so much and so many resources that they're willing to work with. And now we're MFing them for, you know what I mean? It just doesn't make sense. This could be just a cover picture, a cover story for some other stuff.
Well, that's the thing. That's
Like
why
diverting
when it
planes.
doesn't make sense like this, I'm like, what else is going on?
What's really going on?
Right. And it's always kind of been that way. Like
Mhm.
even in his first term, things were going on and I kept trying to figure out what was going on over here.
Yeah,
But it's easier this term than
yeah.
it was the first term because the
You
first
know
term
what you have to when you hear these stories, you have to say to yourself, right at the first thing, turn it off. I heard the story. I see that. Who's going to benefit from this story? Who? Right?
that's what it's like to have a Frenchie, guys.
Such a jagoff sometimes. Honestly, God, I'm not kidding. He was over there. He had a nice visit, and he could be something like that. So, who's it going to benefit? Who's that going to benefit?
I guess I don't know. Like
That,
maybe the stock market. I don't know. I don't like I'm
Mhm.
that stuff hurts my head, so I don't even like I don't go there. I'm like I don't know, and I don't really want to do the research. So I'll look at the stars. That's what.
And it is, and that is like what I have to concentrate on. That's where the smoke finger that I need to waft into is the most important because that's the only like solace I have is a knowing that it's going to pass.
Yeah.
And looking for those things in the chart that bring these things to happen and how to sort of spot it happening again kind of thing. So that's where I have to follow, like you said, follow the stars because honestly the
Oh,
ground
and that's
is
it.
so
Yeah, and I think
the ground's full of poo.
I'm sort of going through this with like we're all going through this together, right? And so we're all trying to make sense of it in whatever way that we can make sense of it.
Yeah.
And I think I've come to the point where I'm just going to, for the most part, step back from engaging my feelings into things and maybe just observe as if I'm watching from afar to see where I can be of service in whatever situation, but then not get caught up in it because this is this everything that's happening now may not even be the point of anything. It may just be the way we get to the next place. And the next place will be a better place if we focus on imagining that place to be a better place. I think
Yeah.
the power of the imagination as we start to move into higher vibrational frequencies, we're connected to the fifth dimension now.
Yeah.
So the fifth dimension isn't a time dimension. And the overall feeling of the fifth dimension is love. So if you can stay in your heart through this, and of course, when you stay in your heart, so you feel the pain of, I looked at those pictures of those poor boys down in I don't care who they are, even if they are gang members. Nobody deserves to be treated that way. Nobody.
You know what? This is exactly what Putin does. Somebody is a dissident and they're just showing you what they can do. Right? Sendal wants to know if Musk is going to go down soon. Yeah, if he truly has an addiction, that definitely has a timeline for sure.
I can pull some.
Oh,
Did we pull cards on him last week? I don't remember.
I don't
Um,
remember.
I'll pull some cards on that. What do you? How do you want to ask the question though, Mona? Because I'm so
I
bad
bet
at questions.
is what did Zendao say? Will Musk be going down soon?
Well,
Going
that's you
down
have to be
meaning
more
will he
specific.
be
We have to be more specific than soon.
actively destroyed?
Uh,
Yes. This regime's agenda is what would Putin do? Yes, you're right. Is he going down? Oh, I got the magician popped right out. So we're gonna use that, and this is the tattoo deck, which is new, and I think would translate nicely on the camera than some of the other ones. So that's the first one. And what's the challenge is, oh, you're running out of money. This is the Two of Pentacles. So that's that sort of balancing act. It was difficult, right? Those are the ones that just sort of flew out. So his challenge is balancing money.
okay. So the first card I got is the
Oh,
Ace of Wands.
yeah.
So this is like a creative project, and we have the moon crossing it. So this is big ideas, big dreams, right? But crossed by insanity, crossed by emotional. This is
Yeah.
things coming up from the underneath underworld. Like he's a very tortured soul in a way, and the South Node right now is right on his Pluto.
Yeah.
So all that Pluto tortured energy in Virgo, which is all issues about self-worth and self-esteem, is just like
Yeah.
it's almost like it's all coming out like diarrhea.
Could the Seven of Cups be assigned addiction? I know that the devil is,
Yeah,
but
no,
could this,
Seven of Cups is definitely addiction. Yes.
so that might be what would be the challenge. Yeah, it's going to be a
Under
problem.
underneath, I get the Queen of Swords.
I
So I
get the
feel
Three
like
of Swords. I'll pull them at the same time. I got Three
okay,
of
cool.
Swords. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Almost the same time. See it
I
happening.
feel as if the action has been taken. Whatever I think problem I think that's gonna take him out. He's already done it. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's not like something that's happened. Um, and that hasn't happened, or you know what I mean?
This
Or
is
maybe
Three of Swords. That looks like it hurts. The Three of Swords.
heartbreak.
Yeah, betrayal, heartbreak. You got Queen of Swords, so it could be there's a law thing,
Well, he was in a lot of trouble before this
right?
where he gave money to Trump, right?
Oh God, yes,
Right.
yes.
What did you get next? What's your next one?
I haven't pulled it yet. I haven't pulled it yet. Two of Wands. Sorry about the motorcycle. Working daughter. He's holding the earth. She's holding, the Two of Wands. He is holding the earth. Got the whole earth in your hands. What's your next one? What's the next one?
I get the Fool.
Okay.
This would be actually I think in this deck the Fool looks like him, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. I got that as the past. So a foolish choice in the past.
Mm-hmm. That's not a Rider Awake? That's a different deck, and that does look like him.
Yeah. It's the Astro Matrix deck. It's pretty cool.
Okay, so
I
before
love
his
that
gender
deck.
reassignment surgery, then
Huh?
before his gender reassignment surgery.
Well, he definitely has issues with that. I know his child has issues with that. But
Well, his
his
child
wounding
has got an issue. He's got an issue. He's such a dick, honestly.
well, all his wounding is around his feminine side. So
Yeah, yeah. Okay, what's the next one? What's your next one?
in the sky, I get Kamala Harris, Queen of Wands. You didn't.
I got the Six of Pentacles. So he's looking at the Two of Wands, looking away, maybe to get some money. He needs some money. Send it to me. right? He is looking for a handout. Or is that underneath him?
The Queen of Wands is on top of him,
Okay.
up in
Yeah.
heaven.
He needs funds. Oh, maybe he could start a GoFundMe page.
I think he did. I think it's called the United States. I think it's called Doge.
Maybe.
I think I swear that he's hiding away all that data, and he's going to use it, and in whatever way he'll figure it out, and you know, because he won't be like the question was like, when is he going to be gone?
Yeah.
He may just be here for a short time and go
Mhm.
away, but not like actually completely
Yeah.
go away, right? He may come up later somehow.
Yeah. Very greedy. Yeah. Yeah. It's
I'm
just the way
sure.
it is. What's your next one?
This is the immediate future.
What's the immediate picture?
Oh, look at that mother effer. He's still stealing shit.
Girl, I got 10 of cups. Immediate future. Maybe he's stealing from the government.
Could be. And
Oh,
from the people. The 10 of Cups is often the people, right?
yeah.
Right.
That bitch. What's next? Four of Cups.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nobody wants to give you a loan, honey. Five of Pentacles. No, they don't. No, they don't.
This is an interesting way to do cards, right? Do them at the same time. I like
It's
that.
kind of interesting,
Right?
This is what I do sometimes when, like your tarot scopes and stuff.
Yeah.
I'll sit and I'll pause and I'll get the deck ready and I'll pull cards at the same time. Yeah. So now he's kind of screwed there in that position. Interesting.
I always see the Four of Cups as like the disaffected rich people, like rich people who are disaffected. Like everything's so boring. In the meantime,
Yeah.
They're just so like this one. She has her ear things on. She's she's got her hands crossed in front of her chest. She's not paying attention to anything but her dream in front of her.
Yeah.
You can't even see when something's being offered to her.
And that is what you do when you're protecting yourself. That vulnerable side that isn't covered in bone, we're with bone, you protect it right away like that. Right. So there's a stubbornness about
that's
it.
That's the way what's his name? You know who I'm talking about. What's his name?
Yeah.
Felon 47 sits a lot. And when somebody's given, he does this.
Yeah. Protecting the vulnerable, lying part of you. Liar, pants on fire. What's the next one?
Domestic situation. Handouts.
Star.
Wishing for handouts.
So he sees there's a short-term positive thing maybe that's like, okay, I got a plan. Maybe I can, in the short run.
And it's his domestic situation. So
yeah,
him, right? Okay, hopes and fears.
Hopes and fears.
The lovers.
9 of Cups.
Getting what he wants from Trump.
9 of Cups. That's hopes and fear. I would say a hope.
Yeah, hope to get stuff from Trump.
Yeah.
This is one of the Trump cards, right?
Yep. I would say hope, and the cups are ready to fill with your tears. Okay, when it's over. They're all waiting for you. And the outcome. Be staring at the moon, I swear to God.
The 6 of Cups. What'd you get?
The 10 of Swords.
Ooh.
Very gruesome in this deck, but it is in a tattoo sort of sailor style, old-timey genre. But 10 of Swords, that's the outcome. So
Well, how do you generally read the outcome? Like how far forward do you put in?
You know what? I sometimes it's just the day, depending
Yeah,
on,
that's what I was
I
gonna
don't really give it more than 3 months ever. And if I'm looking for, and I'm going to put these cards in a pile, and if I'm looking for a specific date, I just want one card. So if we want a timeline card, swords are 1 day, wands are 1 week, cups are 1 month, and pentacles are a year.
Right. So 6 months. 6 months and 10 days.
I got 2 months.
Oh, okay. We're good. We're picking a different one. All
I
right.
got 2 months.
All right. Let me pick one on that.
Yeah. I got 2 months. It's March, April, May. I think we're looking at a whole different thing when we've got Neptune moving into Aries. We've got Jupiter. Is that going to happen too? And Saturn at the same time. Once those switch out, I think we're looking at a whole different landscape between now and then. 2 months. I'm going to say, should I write it in my calendar? I said
Well,
the boss was going to be dead like 2 months ago. He's still here, so I don't know. Terry's crazy about those questions, but I tease it all the time. All the time.
Yeah. If I use the last card that I picked as a timer for him, it would be 6 months.
Okay. Between 2 and 6 months. And I hope that in that between 2 and 6 months, he won't be like, oh God, I wish we were still talking about Elon right now. You know what I mean? Like, I hope that he's just, his story isn't meaningless compared to what's happening at that point. So hopefully he just, honestly, there's some good things that if he would just get some help, get some, appropriate medication and therapy and maybe treatment and years of work before he could turn this around. But his karma bucket is fire.
His karma bucket is full of shit.
And this shit's on fire.
And it's tipping over. Yeah,
Manure is, you can conjure it. Yep. It's splashed all over the side of the truck.
I want to take a look at Trump's say next 6 months.
Okay.
I haven't done a reading on Trump in a long time.
6 months. We're going to give him, and we're going to do 6 months out.
We'll do 6 months out.
I do 6 months out.
So that's like spring and summer, right? That's kind of like spring.
Yeah. It'll be the Aries through Cancer.
Well, Aries through maybe Virgo, right?
His birthday, yes. His birthday's in there.
Yep.
Okay. I use this deck as light also.
Oh boy. Holy shit. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, some nasty shit flying out already, huh? So,
Ooh.
Oh
dear. Oh.
Next 6 months. I can ripple shuffle these too. This is good. We'll see. I haven't really done a reading on him, and when it is really, like by myself, sort of on the side for just whatever, and I would take a picture of it if it was really in my
I've done that to you, right? Oh, look at I picked cards on Trump. Look what I got.
So, and I haven't just in a while, because honestly, I really don't give him that much thought. I've put him in a corner. He's in the timeout corner.
With a pin in his head.
There's one there.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. What's the first card? What's the first one you get?
Magician.
10 of Cups.
Okay.
You're
So the
surrounded by the
magician can
cups.
be the magician can be a manipulator, right? So
Yeah.
a manipulator of his people, maybe.
Yeah. That was
Um,
the first of Elon's cards. Yeah.
what do you have for a crossing card?
The Page of Wands.
So a message,
News. Yeah.
news, and I get the Chariot. News coming fast.
Really fast.
News coming fast.
Calling for an ambulance fast.
What's underneath for you?
The Star.
I get justice.
Ooh.
Justice for America, justice for democracy, maybe.
What is the Star card astrological?
Aquarius.
Okay. All right. Just thinking. Okay. What's next?
Then I got the in the past.
In the past.
I think this is why I said shit.
Okay. Ooh.
And listen.
I got the 9 of Wands.
Oh.
Yeah. So if that's the past, there's a shakeup that could that be the previous assassination attempt, the gunshot wound and the anxiety? He's got an anxiety disorder related to. He's got to have an anxiety disorder related to. You can't be in that much trouble. You can't be. That you would rather do that than just call it and retire and be okay with that.
I feel like this is him winning the election.
Oh, okay.
Because his soul is the tower.
Paranoid because he cheated?
Well, that's definitely a possibility.
Yeah, okay. What's the next one?
In the sky?
Yes.
I get the 9 of Pentacles.
I get Page of Swords.
Oh.
Maybe somebody says something about his money.
I would almost think that that's him trying to get the tax stuff done. Telling them that they have to pass the thing so that all his billionaire friends can get the tax cuts.
Or could it be gaslighting? Page of Swords, 10 of Pentacles.
9 of Pentacles.
9 of Pentacles. What's your next card?
Seven of Wands.
Death card.
Death?
Yep.
I feel like you know what this looks like to me? This looks like to me a Frankenstein moment. When they storm the castle, the Frankenstein castle.
Yeah.
Because of what he created.
Yes, with their wands.
The monster he created. So pitchforks and what is it? Pitchfork.
Yeah.
And I always read this as 6 weeks.
Okay.
So this is sort of the pitchforks and whatever they.
Yeah.
And axes or clubs, I don't know, whatever they chased Frankenstein with.
I remember that. I'd like to see that movie, actually. What's the next one you got?
I got Strength.
I got 2 of Cups.
What is it?
2 of Cups.
2 of Cups. Strength of his alliances, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like people are going to still stick with him. I think they'll all go down with the ship, honestly. I don't think people are going to leave his side, really.
Maybe he's getting paranoid that they're poisoning him.
Ooh. Could be.
Looks like somebody's putting poison in there.
Domestic situation, what'd you get?
5 of Wands.
You get the 4.
Oh, there's fighting and fighting.
Yeah, and maybe even a little sickness.
Mm-hmm.
Some sickness here. Maybe he needs rest.
Yeah.
So that this can, this can sort of be like you know, right?
The arteries bursting. The arteries
You
bursting.
oh yeah, you always sort of saw that, right?
Go ahead. What's your
Uh,
next one?
hopes and fears.
Two of Pentacles. And you got
Nine of
he's
yeah.
definitely got some paranoia, I think for sure, and fear, anxiety.
Anxiety, I think, around the money stuff.
Yeah.
I don't understand why he doesn't
That runs
realize
a little
that
super deep.
he's creating it. I don't understand how he doesn't know he's creating it.
I couldn't live it myself,
I
honestly.
guess because he's delusional.
What's your next card? Okay.
Outcome.
Shit.
I got the King of Cups.
I got 10 of Pentacles.
Oh, Elon's money, maybe. This could be Elon because he's a Cancer. Remember the good old days when Joe Biden was the King of Cups? Now we have Elon as the King of Cups.
So gross. And the bottom of the deck, I get the Emperor and the Four of Wands. So he might have to stick to some house rules.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he's being a big brat.
I underneath it I have the Ace of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords, and then the King of Swords. This sounds to me like protest, and maybe coming down hard on the protests.
There's some, okay, yeah.
And maybe the protests are there because of the financial situation.
Would that be legal trouble? If he might be
well, at the root of it is this, right? Like this is what it all stands on. So yeah, definitely.
Good.
Yeah, and this could be legal trouble. This could definitely be have something to do with money.
Yeah.
Of course, right? Maybe some financing. You know, the Knight of Swords can be that vibration is found in a lot of Trump's people. It's the 53-8 vibration.
Yeah.
And it's the people who believe without thinking, like they're not thinking, and they run into the fight, and all they do is create chaos.
Yeah.
And so
it's the one card you really have a hard time trying to find a good spin on.
Well, it can be somebody who really believes in their cause, but you have to know how to work with that because you're taking on all kinds of problems if you move on that too quickly, because it's an 8 in numerology, and that's about karma. So
yeah.
So 6 months. I think that I think what just all the cards that I looked at, like on my side, it looks like everything that he wants to do is going to be held up by the rule of law. Like he'll get away with some stuff, I think, but for the most part, he's not. But it doesn't even matter if he gets away with it because he's disrupted it. And the disruption is what's going to cause the problems, even if everything went right back to the way it was. It really can't. Like the genie's out of the bottle.
Yeah.
But he'll be limited, and it's already happening, right? It's already happening. The only thing the only thing that they like about what he's doing is immigration, which is unfortunate for those poor boys down in El Salvador.
Who's appreciating this? I don't know anybody who said that they're appreciating this whole immigration protocol that's going on. And if they did, they're not saying anything.
Torches and pitchforks, yes. Torches and pitchforks.
It kind of feels like that, and I feel like that in like healthcare, that you just walk up to the ER and we'll give you a bottle of vinegar and a bottle of water and a teaspoon of baking soda, and you go figure it out.
Mary says Elon is the King of Cups filled with urine and toxic waste.
I know, Mary. I know. And he doesn't seem like he deserves that honor, because it seems like he's always been sort of a Santa Claus kind of thing. but there is like, there's, I believe in redemption. There might
Yeah.
be a chance he could some way, even if he honestly falls off the face of the earth, redeem something. I don't know. I don't know.
Redemption is open to everyone, every soul.
Yeah.
Redemption is open to every soul. And a lot of times these him as a soul comes in to take this part in this play that we're all in, and somebody takes the fall, and somebody gathers the karma, or I don't think he's done for. I think he's maybe this particular persona of his is on its way out.
Yeah.
He'll reinvent himself in another way, maybe.
I hope so. If he has the opportunity to, because somebody who's that powerful has a lot of power to do good
Yeah.
things, not shitty ones.
Right, right. And there have been times that he's done good stuff. So it's not, he hasn't always been like this.
Yeah.
But it seems like he's really, with the South Node on his Pluto, all the past stuff is coming up. It's all getting expressed. It's all getting released. And, he is from South Africa. So, there's a history there. His mother's family moved to South Africa because they were Nazis. They were
Yeah.
Nazi sympathizers in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think they got kicked out of Canada, but they felt like Canada wasn't the right environment.
Yeah, they found a community that they can get along with. So, I don't forgive them for that. I grew up and my family was pretty racist. And if I was racist, would you forgive me for that? No. Like,
Right.
even though this is recognizably racist, it's bad. And I think we know better now. And he doesn't know better. It just doesn't seem I think he's just going to be sort of that in between person for a while and then go, because he's not the smartest person to execute all this stuff. And I think Trump is going to need somebody to blame.
Right.
And this is somebody who wasn't even elected. Like, he can't be holding on to all this power and getting away with it. Right?
I wonder if it was always this fragile. Was it always this fragile? Or is it,
Yeah. Toxic self-interest is in racism. Yes. Yes. That's exactly what it is. It's really sick, though, because it's not even covert anymore.
well, nothing is in there's so much light that you see everything. That's the thing. When the light turns on, everything, you see everything.
Yeah.
Right?
But everything that's happening is not even covert. Like, they're not even trying to hide it. They're doing it openly. So can you
Right.
imagine what they're even doing that we're not privileged to learn and know? Unreal. Right? It'll be okay, though.
Hey, you know what? I'm optimistic. I'm optimistic about my life. I feel like my life is going pretty good. I'm trying, I mean, by the grace of God go I. I don't think like, oh, my life's great. I don't care. Like, it's like you can only really attend to what's in front of you.
Yeah. Yeah. We just got to like try and get along and try and like figure out how we're going to get through the next week. And we will get through the next week. No problem. I know it's going to be busy, but it's going to be all right. At some point, we'll realize that this is just a story and some things needed to happen and some things should have happened, but the way they happen and it wasn't well thought out. It's not a well thought out plan, certainly not by people that were vetted to do such things. So it's going to change. It has to. Yeah. It's a wake up call, is what Jill said. I'm glad they're so open about it. It's a wake up call for all to see. Mm-hmm.
Well, we're also, we have Chiron in Aries, so the wound getting exposed right now is the wound of narcissism, right? And like when you're a narcissist, you think you can get away with anything. You think it's entitlement. I
Yeah.
mean, you guys are always complaining about, Social Security being an entitlement. No, it's a savings account. Get out of my Social Security, right? Like, so it's,
Yeah.
and they're the most entitled little
And I
boy
wonder,
entrepreneurs out there.
it worries me because here we are thinking about, oh, I wonder if we're still going to have it. We're going to have it. But I wonder what millennials think about, is this even going to be a viable option for me if it's so rocky right now? Who are just thinking about, you know, long-term things and what they have invested and their pensions that are sinking right now. Yeah, those are for you. How are they feeling about this? And what's going to be available or not available when it's their turn? That's scary.
Well, the scary times. We also have climate change that we're dealing with, right? I mean, that's a big deal. When I talk to young people, that's the thing they worry about the most. They don't necessarily worry about Trump. They don't worry about fascism. They don't, they worry about the climate because this is the, we have to be able to eat. We have to be able to.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we have a group of people that really do truly have that hero quality in the millennials.
Oh yeah,
I really do.
absolutely. I mean, um, AOC is a millennial,
Yeah. Yeah.
and Matthew Frost is a millennial. Hogue is a millennial. All these kids who grew up, getting shot at are getting into politics,
Yeah.
and this is their world. Now at this point in our lives, we're just trying to shed some light, I think, and maybe give them a little bit of a safe space to land. Support.
So I hope so. You know, because it seems like the next generation truly has only generational wealth to be able to even afford a home. I mean, they seem more despondent than anything.
Well, I mean, the middle class has been getting skewered for 40 years thanks to the Republicans. And then, Bernie, with Bernie, it's all about the working class because the working class is the middle class. I mean, I wouldn't have the what I have now if it hadn't been for a time when you could live on a single salary. you
Oh,
know
yeah.
you had like family around to help you. You lived in, your house was owned by your grandfather or your uncle.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
family and they're all immigrants, right? It's
Yep.
just like you grew up in these immigrant enclaves,
Mm-hmm.
and then you sort of move out of them because you get to go to college. But like none of my mother and father's brothers and sisters got to go to college. My father went to college because he got on the GI Bill, and I think maybe his brother maybe also. No, I don't think his brother did that, but
So
still.
you went straight to work and you were able to accrue or amass enough to be able to retire from if you did miss that 4 year window in college. And this isn't what I think people just cannot amass. They can't save. Everything's too expensive. It's too costly.
Yeah, and then if they have student loan debt, they're screwed because you can't get out of that.
So screwed. As so screwed. And I know so many people who hate what they do, but are doing it because they have student loans to pay off.
Right.
Yeah. And they're in that like, oh God, 3 more years, and this bad decision was over. Yeah. So, not to be a downer or anything at 7 o'clock or
Let's
anything like that, but like, right, mortgage payments and everything else. Yes, this week was that kind of thing where your resources are, you got the file open, right? Venus is in the middle of the sun. And I talk to the sun every day. When I see it in the morning, it comes up and I'm like, what do you have for me today? Please don't be a dick. And are you kidding me? And then we get to the point where I'm like, show me the magic then. Show the magic. And sure as shit, something will happen that will humble me. And I'm like, all right, whatever.
You just have to know that no matter what's going on, our angels, our guides, our family are close to us. If you need help, ask them. They will
Yeah.
help you. If you need a miracle, they'll do everything they can do to get you that miracle.
Yeah.
But you have to know that you're not alone.
Yeah.
And we're here and we're here for each other. And this it's going to be difficult, but I think the question is, how long are we going to have to do it? I mean, I think that's really the question. But the more that we can get together and be kind to each other and do the good work, the faster we'll get there.
Yeah.
And and also, karma has something to say about it. So
Karma will have something to say. Trust karma will have something to say. It always does. We've seen a couple of things of karmic consequences happen this week too, but we forget them because we're inhaling all that other nasty smoke. Right? Oh my gosh. All right, you guys, it's 7:02, so enjoy your weekend.
yeah,
And
next week, Mystic Sisters will be on Friday on my channel. But
yeah,
we're going to try to figure out how to do it from either channel so you don't have to remember whose channel it's on. But I'll let you know during the week if I can figure it out.
yeah. All righty. Thank you so much. Time Out with Giblets will be on Sunday. And if anything else weird comes in between then, which it probably will.
You think?
Every day.
Yeah.
Every day. So we'll see.
All
Thank
right,
you.
guys.
Thank you.
Take care. We love you.
All righty.